Hi, I'm Jacob Hornberger, president of the Future of Freedom Foundation. Libertarian Party presidential candidate Gary Johnson is trying to get into the presidential debates. He shouldn't hold his breath. The two major parties, which are really just one party divided into two wings, will do everything they can to prevent that from happening. That's what all those ballot access barriers are, to prevent people from getting on the ballot that will expose people to alternative points of view, including the libertarian paradigm, which they know is growing in popularity by leaps and bounds. To get on the ballot, they require, tens of thousands of signatures. The candidate has to go out and hire professional petition gatherers. He spends all his money. By the time it's over, he doesn't have any money to campaign. This is all by design. This is to prevent any interference with this one-party state. Just like in China, they have a one-party political monopoly. Same thing here, just divided into two wings, sort of like the National Football League divided into two conferences. There's not a dime's worth of difference between Democrats and Republicans. Not a dime's worth of difference between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. It's all on a personal basis in terms of substantive beliefs in the welfare warfare state, the drug war, the death and destruction in the Middle East. They're on the same page. And that's the paradigm that libertarians challenge. That's the paradigm that more and more Americans are challenging. That's the last thing they want Americans to hear about in the presidential debate. The only really fair test is not whether you're in the 5 or 10 polls at 15% or whatever, which is entirely arbitrary. The only real fair test is, are you on enough ballots? Have you met their ballot access barriers to a sufficient extent where mathematically you could win the election? But of course, we're not talking about fairness here. We're talking about Democrats and Republicans.